The following podcast is rated D for dumb. You're listening to Dumbing It Down with Dave, the fastest podcast on earth. Listen to Dave commute to and from work on the New York State Thruway in his 2008 Kia Rio LX. He talks about pragmatism, truth, happiness, and the search for it all. Join Dave as he asks and tells you how life ought to be. And now, here's Dave.
Yes, here I am. Here I am. Love it or leave it. I think there's other choices, but for now, let's just do love it and leave it. Are you ready to dumb it down? I think you're more ready than I am. I'm really like in a state of, I don't know, not chaos, but not even orchestrated chaos. It's a state of, I can't wait till Saturday comes. That's the state I'm in. Is there a song about that? You know, there's all these songs about the state of the mind or state of the union or whatever, states of whatever. I'm in a state of, I can't wait till Saturday. I am so glad I don't have to work Saturday. All kidding aside, because I'm pretty sure I've talked about it, like where I talk about I hate working on weekends and on Saturdays, and now I don't have to. I'm so happy because I cannot wait. Right now, at this moment in time, it's Thursday night. It is so late. I'm on the New York State Thruway. I just wolfed down food. Wolfed. Like in wolf pack, when the 7 wolves, I assume there's 7 of them. Sometimes there's 5 and 3. I guess it all depends on the area, on the region or, whatever. So, like they take down an animal, probably a deer or an antelope or, whatever, a moose. I don't know what the wolves take down. They take that and then go, they eat the crap, out of this thing so that they wolf it down. I'm assuming that's where it comes from. They wolfed it down. I just wolfed down some food. I haven't been wolfing down food for the last couple of months. I've been doing very good with the intermittent fasting and all that. But today was, what a day. I'm coming from my house, folks. I'm not supposed to. I did overtime on Wednesday. I was supposed to stay up there in Rensselaer by my job. But I had to go home because we're doing these renovations on the house. And we're putting in a countertop, a new countertop. Don't ask me what material. I'm going to guess quartz. It could be something else. Don't ask me the color. I don't know. Don't ask me the profile. I don't know. I didn't think I had to remember this. But what happens is when you install a countertop, it's not like you just take a tape measure and go, boom, here's your countertop. It has to come pre-cut. And as a person who's never purchased a countertop before, I had no idea what I was in for. And I'm not in for anything. This is not like this is going to be a whole countertop kitchen reno episode. It's just, this was part of my day that this is the reason why I came home. I could have went to the gym for the 3rd day in a row. That would have been like a record for me. First time in, 7-8 years that I actually went to the gym 3 days in a row. But anyway, I didn't. I came home. I was incredibly tired. So just to give you the schedule, I actually clocked out of work at 10:24 in the morning, which is already late. That's pretty late. Usually it's like 8 or 9 o'clock, whatever. 10:24 in the morning. So let's follow the timeline. 10:24 in the morning. I came straight home. So I came home, let's say 11 something, whatever, 11:10, 11:15. I'm waiting for somebody to come from this counter company, the company that's going to make the countertop. And all I know is they're going to be there by late morning, early afternoon. And what I found out was that this guy was coming from Syracuse, New York, which is 4 hours away from my house. No, a little bit less, like 3.5, depending if you have to go to the bathroom and take a break and take a nap and all that other stuff. But somewhere between 3.5 and 4 hours on a good day. But he didn't come straight from Syracuse. He came from somebody's house in Massachusetts. And then he came here, to my place. And I was waiting on him because he has to measure. And he has some sort of machine with a 2D, not even 3D. It's 2D. I don't know. I didn't watch him do it. I could care less. But he started asking me questions, because I'm the homeowner. So he's like, his name is Joe, nice guy. And he's, by the way, drives a Kia Rio, 2012. He's got 300-some-odd-thousand miles on it. In fact, he says he has about 2 or 3 Kias, and they all have high amounts. So my Kia is not the only one. So apparently they are a very good car. Anyway, and I drove it today, actually. I actually needed it to run an errand because I didn't want to take the van So the Kia still runs great. I don't know what my son is talking about. He's so highfalutin with his Volvos. It's like, criticizing my Kia Rio. You know what? He can kiss him tuchus. My Kia Rio is fantastic. And you know what? I wish I had the money then I have now, because I remember after I bought my Kia, like a year or so later, they were on sale at every dealership. The same exact type of car, like 40 or 50,000 miles on it. So the Enterprise or whoever bought all these Kia Rios must have been, clearing them out from their inventory, because they all had the same exact mileage. They were all different colors, and they were all the same model. And I would have, just like I wolfed down my food, I would have wolfed down all these Kia Rios. I would have had a fleet of Kia Rios. If at 300,000 miles a car, and I've had this car, this is 2008, so now it's 2020. Let's say that's 12 years per car. 12 times 5 is 60. Yeah, I would have bought somewhere between 3 to 5 Kias sitting around. I would have, of course, I would have driven them all little by little. I'd have cars for the rest of my life. In fact, I could take a car and put it somewhere, like somewhere in the United States. So if I'm in the area, boom, I'll have a car just standing by. There's my Kia. It's in a garage somewhere. I don't know, whatever. I'll pay the storage. No, I won't. But you know what I'm talking about. So I would have bought all these Kia Rios. So his is over 300,000. Anyway, so this guy shows up, and I, how you doing? My name is Dave. Hey, Dave, I'm Joe. Okay, Joe. He goes, all right, I got a couple questions for you. I go, you do? Oh, God. What kind of questions do you have? He says, what is the color of your countertop? I said, I don't know. Something white? White? I don't, I really don't remember. We ordered it like a month and a half ago. And when you're already in a state of whatever state I'm in, a state of exhaustion, state of confusion, state of constant perpetual emotion, the state of I can't wait till I get home on Saturday so I can go to sleep and breathe, exhale, as that movie was called Waiting to Exhale. Now I really do fully understand that movie called Waiting to Exhale. So, when you're sitting down, you make these decisions. What kind of handles do you want? Brass, copper, blah, 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 blah. What kind of slide drawers do you want? You want easy slide, blah, 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 blah. You want easy touch? What? There's like a million questions. And, I'm sitting there with the wife. We make decisions on the spot. Seems like a good idea. And then, you sign the paper. And then the lady says, all right, I'm going to get right on this. You figured, all right, you got professionals in charge. Take care of it. Why should I have to revisit? That's the question. Okay? Why should I have to revisit the sit-down that I had with the lady from the furniture cabinet, ordering place? I already did that. So now he's asking me questions a month and a half, 2 months later. I don't even remember the date. It's February 27th today, I think. Did we do it in January? I don't remember. I don't remember when we sat down. I think it was late November, early December. I really don't even remember that. I'm pretty sure it was 2019. So now he's asking me questions. What color is it? I don't know. He goes, was it Whitehall? White? I went, Whitehall? Okay. Yeah, I guess so. That doesn't even sound familiar to me. Whitehall? Like, why would you? Okay. Listen, I understand that when you're in the business of anything that has to do with color, you don't want to just say white. You want to, like, oh, no, this countertop is oh, no. This countertop here, this is Whitehall. And that's why you're paying the money you're paying for. See these veins? Yeah, it looks like marble, like a marble countertop, even though it's quartz, whatever. Oh, yeah, no, this is Whitehall. Oh, this is Whitehall. Oh, okay. Well, now I know why I'm paying all this money. Do you have anything in white? No, we don't carry that. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, those other cheapo. You want white? Go to Lowe's. You want white? Go to Ollie's. Get your countertop from Ollie's or Wholesale Liquidators. Then you can get a white countertop. Oh, okay. So, yeah, it's made out of press board. You want a press board countertop that's the color white? Yeah, go to Ollie's. So, okay, so I guess I ordered Whitehall. But he had it on his piece of paper. He was asking me. And, of course, doesn't everybody hate that? You're asking me a question, it's on your piece of paper. And I said, I don't know. He says, don't worry about it. Okay, I'll just put down confirm with the office, before we manufacture. I go, oh, is that the worst case scenario? If I don't know it, you got to confirm it? He goes, yeah, I'll just call the office where you ordered it from. Oh, so you're going to call the office where I went and sat down for an hour with my wife and we made all these selections. Yeah, I'll just call them. I go, oh, okay, so somewhere this information does exist. Yes, okay. Then he says to me, so I think we're done. Well, because why, at that point, should I answer any questions? Why am I even there? I was told I had to be there because, they want to talk to the owner. And I find that that's not even true. It's preferable, I guess, if there's a lot of things to discuss. But in this particular case, I don't think there was anything to discuss. And then he says to me, okay, and what kind of profile did you order? I look at him like I'm a German Shepherd, and my head had to be tilting, my ears had to be perked up, and my ears had to be tilting till I like, profile? These things come in a profile? He goes, yeah, do you want the standard? By the way, oh wait, I have the picture. I took a picture of this laminate that he had. Do you want eased recess, or do you want the Piedmont? Blah, blah. He said these two different things. I actually have a picture of him. I'm so afraid. No, let's not be afraid. Let's do this. Yeah. I hope I don't blow this. Let me see if I can do this without screwing everything up. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. No, that's not it. Let me see. Oh, there it is. Okay. He says, do you want ridge-lined edge, or do you want Piedmont, what does it say? Piedmont edge, which is also called waterfall. And I'm like, I don't know. I didn't know these things. I didn't know I had a choice. He goes, well, they're both standard, so you don't pay extra, but usually you pick one of those two. Like, I really, really don't remember. So he looks at me, and goes, and there's a pause. He takes a beat. He looks at me like, all right, this man is obviously mentally challenged. I don't know what he does for a living or how he can afford this, but I'm actually dealing with a moron. And that's how he looks at me. And he takes a pause. And he goes, okay, no, it's no problem. We'll just confirm it with the office. Which, by the way, I thought we had already established that. I thought we had already established that I am irrelevant here. Because it doesn't matter what I say. All I have to just say is I don't know. And they will confirm it with the office. So there's that. And by the way, I don't have the picture. There's like a million other choices, but they are not standard. You have to pay for those other choices. So, yeah, I don't think my wife and I were going to pick a choice that we had to pay for. And by the way, this countertop, I think it's about 20 feet long. It's a long countertop. The backsplash itself, if you know anything about kitchens, and I don't, the backsplash itself was like half the price of the counter, and it was only like 3 inches long. Not like, it's like 3 inches by like 20 feet. And when they told us, when the lady asked me, would you like she with a straight face. So we're ordering this countertop. I forget how much it cost. $2,000, $3,000. I don't even know. And then she goes, well, I forgot to ask you, would you like the backsplash that goes with it? I go, yeah, of course. It comes with a backsplash? I'd like to have backsplash. She goes, absolutely. And that's another $3,000 or whatever it was. It wasn't $500, I'll tell you that. It was like $2,000. It was in the thousands. And my eyes blew wide open. I think I actually popped an eardrum, because my eyes were big, like my ears were, what, how much? She goes, she said, whatever, $2,000, $3,000. I said, show me this backsplash. And she had a model of it in the showroom. She goes, right here. I go, I'm not paying $3,000 for that. I said, do I have to? She goes, well, usually you have the countertop, and then, you have the backsplash. I go, that's half the price of the countertop. The countertop is like 5 times as big. She goes, well, yeah, it's very difficult, whatever. She gave me a reason why. Of course, there's always a reason why the backsplash costs that much. And then she goes, you could just go with tile. And I look at my wife, I go, what did she just say? She said, you could just tile the entire wall. I go, well, what does that cost? Well, it doesn't cost $3,000. Probably costs you like $100 some odd dollars. I go, I want that option. Yes, that's the option I want. And my wife looked at me, she goes, yeah, I think we want that option. I said, yeah, why would you pay $3,000 for nothing? Like 3 inches. Literally. Folks, that I do know. It was like 3 inches. Okay. So we're tiling. Oh, by the way, I will take pictures of all of this and post everything on the Dumbing It Down with Dave Facebook group. All right? My assistant will remind me because I will forget. But, yes, I will take pictures of everything I'm talking about. Because by the time you finally get to the Dumbing It Down with Dave Facebook group, this will all be so relevant and fresh in your mind. But today is Thursday. I won't have those pictures taken until Saturday, in which case I have to remember Saturday and then post them and forget it. Anyway. So the guy looks at me and I don't answer the questions. Then he looks at me like I'm a moron and he takes a beat. And he goes, okay, no, all right, that's no problem. We'll confirm it with the office. I go, okay, great. And he does his thing. I don't watch him because I don't care. And then he asked me, all right, any special holes for soap dispensers or anything like that? I said, nope. And I look at my contractor, who I will not name. I look at my contractor and I say, what about the water filter, right? That's underneath the sink. He goes, oh, yeah, no problem. It's all underneath the sink. I go, okay, no holes, no soap dispenser, nothing. Which, by the way, I'd love to have a soap dispenser. I don't know why we didn't get that. So now every time I want soap, I got to go reach for soap underneath, an extra step. I'd rather just have it on top of the counter. Whatever. Next time I'll remember. It's good to have this experience in this house. Because the next house, I don't think we're going to... I like to think my wife and I aren't going to make any of these mistakes. So he leaves. And I ran like 3 or 4 errands. I actually had to relieve the house. I left the house. I was already at the house, exhausted, sitting there in a chair waiting for this guy to show up to measure with his machine this countertop. And then I had errands to run because I'm calling people. Nobody's calling me back. I had to go to the bank, take care of a situation there. Nobody called me back. I had to go to the Paraco gas company because we're getting this stove, and it's a gas stove as opposed to the electric stove, and we're getting a bigger propane tank, and we have to dig a trench and all this other stuff. I left a message. Nobody called me back. I have a contract I have to sign, so I just drove over there. And my stove that I ordered on the 17th of February is now the 27th. It was supposed to arrive by the 22nd or the 23rd. I haven't heard from anybody. It's the 27th. Where's my stove? Okay. So I'm on the phone. I'm driving. I'm exhausted. Dead to the world. I should be asleep in my van after a good workout for the 3rd day in a row. That didn't happen. Finally, I'm done with all these errands. I put all this paperwork down on this table so my wife can see everything. And then I go in the room. I say goodbye to the contractor. Kisses me on the forehead, says, good night, Dave, have a good sleep. I say, thank you, sir. Yeah, it's a very good company. They take care of you. The guy said, don't worry. He patted me on the head, put his hand on my shoulder and said, everything will be okay. I said, thank you very much. I go in the bedroom, I close the door behind me, I undress, blah, 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 put on my CPAP machine, down, I took a melatonin, down I went. Little deep sleep music from Spotify, down I went. I think I slept... That was like 2:15. My wife came into the room. I think it's 7:15. Said, it's almost 7:30. You got to go to work. I went, oh my God. So I woke up in a slight panic because it's late. It's already so late. So that is the state of where I'm at right now. I wolfed down some macaroni and cheese that she bought at the store. And I did stop at McDonald's to get a little something extra. I got some drink. And which I'm not going to take a drink break. But that's it. Folks, that's the craziness that was today. I really do not enjoy home renovation when it gets to be, over the dumb line, I already did this. I already answered these questions. I don't want to re-answer them. You should be calling me, Paraco. I shouldn't be calling you. I shouldn't have to beg people to answer the phone. I shouldn't have to get in my car and drive extra. There is a definite zombie apocalypse happening. I am now that guy. I believe, I'm not a flat earther. Although, no. I just don't understand these people that I deal with that, that just... Well, that's probably the way I looked to that guy when he asked me the color of the... I don't know. I didn't know. I said to him, I didn't know I needed to know these things. Once I ordered it, I kind of flushed that choice. You know how you do it? Like, okay, My wife and I, we sat there with the lady. She asked us 50 questions. We answered all 50. We went over it. We had visuals, too. There was visual aids, We went over everything. We signed. We gave her a check. When she said that she had everything ready to go, we gave her a check for I don't know how many thousands of dollars. And then, after you write the check, and she goes, got it, I'm going to start on this right away. You take the lever, like you're in a voting booth, or let's say you're in the toilet or wherever you are, and you pull the lever, whatever. And then everything resets to zero. You flush that. Is that how you do it? You just pull the lever, and everything goes into space. Done. I no longer have to know any of this. You know why? Because I already made my selection, and I gave you a check. So take it from here, please. Please take it from here. And if you have to come back to me because something's out of stock or they no longer make it or we ordered the wrong size, please have it on your records. I don't need to have it on my records. Okay, yes. If I was a very responsible homeowner and home renovator, I would have my own copy too. But guess what? I have a full-time job. My full-time job is to make enough money so you can have your full-time job. And this way, when I'm out there busy doing what I do, I don't carry around the paperwork for all the stuff I ordered. You're at your desk all day long in your comfortable little office space that you decorated for you. I'm not angry at her, by the way. I'm just saying, as an example, that's your full-time job. Your full-time job is to do what you have to do so I can do my full-time job and not worry about your full-time job. Does that make sense? I think that really does all make sense. So if everybody just does their full-time job, or even if it's their part-time job, and does it 100%, then the other people don't have to worry about your job because you're doing it so they could do theirs. Okay. What am I at, 45 minutes now? Of course. Oh, wait. Tell me my glasses are right here. There's my glasses. All right, let's make sure I don't go over. I'm pretty sure we're getting close. I feel like we're getting close. All right, 22 minutes. So, okay. Anyway, blah, 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 blah. Wah, woe is me, first world problems. I'm making all this money, and now I'm redoing my kitchen. It's going to look great. It's going to look great. The walls are getting painted. My wife and I picked out a blue. And then, of course, we walk in today and like, oh, that's blue. Because my contractor said, what do you think of the color? I went, oh, yeah, that is certainly blue. So it's fresh sky blue. But that's not the color we picked. We picked like champagne. Again, nobody makes blue anymore. They make 30 different versions of blue. And they're all different levels of the spectrum of blue, going from lighter to darker. But somehow every year they change the names to make it seem fancy. Like I think we got, whatever, some crazy name. I forgot the swatch. I think I mentioned it in a previous episode. The name of the blue. It's no blue you've ever seen before. Or it's no blue, you've seen this blue. It's no blue you've ever heard of before. It's the same blue as any other blue, but Lowe's gave it another name. Or Home Depot, Behr, B-E-H-R, maybe, or Glidden. I forget what we got our paint. Who even cares? How many paint companies do we need in this country? You got Sherwin-Williams, which I talked about in a previous episode. They don't make yellow. Mic drop. They don't make yellow. Not for me, because I was there for an hour and the guy couldn't make yellow. I did an episode. I don't know the number of that, but my assistant will remind me. I will try to find that episode where I talk about Sherwin-Williams doesn't make yellow. I'm pretty sure I did a podcast about that. I am not revisiting that today. But it would be very professional of me to mention it. But when I do the show and I don't write it, and I do it by the seat of my pants as I'm driving up and down the New York State Thruway during my commute, the fastest podcast on earth, pragmatism, truth, happiness, and the search for it all, I don't have all this information standing by. I don't do my podcast full-time so you could do your job full-time. I do my podcast less than part-time, and you still don't have to do anything. But I do appreciate everything you do, folks. Thank you so much for tweeting me at Dumb with Dave. Thanks for emailing me at dumbingitdownwithdave@yahoo.com. And thank you very much for leaving all those wonderful comments in the Spreaker box, which I will do in a bonus episode. And I will go over all these great, funny, insightful, and supportive comments that you guys leave in the Spreaker box. And I definitely want to thank Alex Exum for doing the intro at the top of the show. AlexExum.com, ALEXEXUM. Hal in Philly for the music, Going for a Drive, that I will hit at the 29-minute and 32-second mark. And, of course, when we use the AI voices, which I don't think we're using today, I'd like to thank Linda Irwin from Awesome Insanity Surfers, who still is producing new episodes with this whole crash dystopia thing. The story is continuing. She's got me all locked in. I hope this doesn't turn into Lost, which I never emotionally got involved in. But she's got this whole crash dystopia thing happening. And I don't listen to these types of shows, but I'm listening to this one. She's dumbing it down, doing a great job of it. Okay. Thank you, Linda. Thank you, everybody. The Pats. By the way, I realized something the other day. Oh, I got to thank Crooked River Radio. I guess this is the thank you portion of the show. I didn't intend for this to happen. I like to sprinkle it all throughout the show so it doesn't seem like, oh, this is the part where Dave does all the thanking. Now this is the part where I go to the bathroom. I don't want to have a part of the show where you go to the bathroom. I like to do my show full-time, 30 minutes straight through, so you can listen to it full-time, straight through, 30 minutes. I realized something the other day. By the way, thank you to Lynn at Mile High Radio, milehighhiradio.com. And thanks to Pat Morrow. That's a great name. Pat Morrow. Remember there was Cousin Bruce Morrow on WABC Radio New York. Cousin Bruce. I think it was Cousin Bruce Morrow. He was a AM DJ. But Pat Morrow is the owner of Crooked River Radio. So they are now yet another station that is syndicating Dumbing It Down with Dave every Monday night at 8 p.m. And I'm going to be on his show, Radioactive, this Sunday, whatever it is, this Sunday. Today's the 27th of February, whatever the Sunday is after, or the Sunday after the 27th of February, 2020. So if you're listening to this in 2025, you might have missed it. But if you're listening to it now, before this Sunday, just after the 27th of February, I do dates full time, so you don't have to worry about it full time. I'll be on Radioactive, which I don't know what time it airs. I think it's like 7 to 9 p.m. on Sunday. It might be 8 to 10. But go to Crooked River Radio, and I will be live. I will be calling in live, and they will talk to me about God knows what. But anyway, that's Crooked River Radio. That's my new station that is syndicating my show. Thank you for recognizing great talent and putting me on that station, Pat Morrow. So here's something I noticed the other day, and I'm sure at least two of you are already knowing what I'm about to say. You are already knowing? Why not? I don't have to do English full time, especially when I'm on the 27th minute of the show. No, 28th. So check this out, guys. The first super fan, well, Linda was a super fan. So the second super fan of the show that I know, maybe there's a, if I'm missing out, I'm sorry, was Pat Mason. You'll see his comments all the time in the Spreaker box. And then along comes Patrick Maruki following along. And now we got Pat Morrow. I got 3 PMs. Come on, guys. That's more than a coincidence. That's magic. Come on. Really? Listen, I don't do numerology, but how about letterology? Is there any sides to letterology? The fact that I got 3 PMs in my life? That's pretty cool. So thank you now. I have to say, I used to say to just Pat, then I had to say the 2 Pats. Now it's the 3 Pats. I got 3 Pats. That's crazy. And they all have last names that start with the letter M. That's insane. Anyway, you know what insane is? Insane is doing these shows while you're driving in your car, going to and from work on the New York State Thruway, going to and from work, talking about pragmatism, truth, happiness, and the search for it all. But I think I dumbed it down pretty good today. I like to think I did. I hope. What do you think? Let me know. I'll see you next show. Thank you for listening to this episode of Dumbing It Down with Dave. Goodbye, good day, good night, good luck, good riddance, Godspeed, good rats, and great skills. Take care. Bye.